Christmas is very quickly approaching, and in the past, that has translated to a lot of stress for me. So many obligations and to-dos, it honestly was hard to enjoy any part of Christmas. Well, I have been successfully turning this around for myself, and so I thought I would share with you some insights. I will be decorating for Christmas very soon. I'll take you along that journey with me so you have something to watch. I'm doing it my way this year, which means minimally and without kids. I am quite excited about it. All right, the key to a low-stress holiday is making sure that everything you're doing is on purpose. We are going to take a very detailed look at everything that the holiday entails for us and ask ourselves the million-dollar question. By the end of this video, you'll have a very clear idea about where the stress is coming from and how to get rid of it. So first, let's brainstorm. What are the stressors? What is it about Christmas that has you feeling completely overwhelmed or simply dreading the holiday? Christmas does not universally equal stress. Did you know that? It does not have to be that way. So pause the video if you need to and give this question some real serious thought. A lot of times, overwhelm just becomes a blanket over every aspect of Christmas, when in reality, once you sift through your thoughts enough, you realize where the pain points actually are. Once you know that, you can then just get to work on them. Now, you guys know that I like to lay out some easy steps for you, just simple steps to follow, and so today I have 4. For each pain point, you are going to do the following. Make a list and ask yourself why. Narrow the list by seeing if you like your reasons. Do it your way and enjoy. Now, instead of just describing these steps to you, it's honestly just going to be easier to show you. So I will tackle 3 big Christmas topics. And just remember, there is no right or wrong of how to do Christmas. So if any of these categories aren't stressing you out, don't change how you're doing it. We're only making adjustments and tackling those problem areas that are causing you stress. So gift exchanges. Write down everyone you need a gift for. Your kids, your husband, your mom, your neighbor, your child's school teacher. Anyone on the gift to-do list needs to be on this piece of paper. Now, one by one, go down the list asking yourself why. Why do I give a gift to this person? Maybe your reason is that it's because you care about this person, or maybe it's that they give a gift to you. You might notice right away that you give to some people because you want to, and others because you feel like you should. Now, you guys know how I feel about shoulds. I'll link the video that I very first talked about this. In my opinion, it's easy to just cross that person off the list if they're in the shoulds category, but I totally understand if you're not there yet. Just remind yourself that everything we say yes to has a cost, and the stress that we have been feeling just might not be worth that. So again, ask yourself why. Go deeper and really find the reason and see if you can whittle down the list. Maybe you text your friends telling them that you're steering away from gifts this year and you would love to get a lunch date on the calendar for January. Maybe you decide to dedicate an afternoon to address Christmas cards to your neighbors while your kids make a handmade card to their teacher. And then you're just gonna send your kids to school with their card and snail mail the other Christmas cards to your neighbors. Or maybe you'll put caroling on the calendar, and that's what your gift is going to be to your neighbors. Just limit the gift giving list until you're comfortable with who's left. Now, with this very intentional list of people, let's go ahead and tackle the gifts themselves. Is it causing you stress? Ask yourself why. Why am I feeling stressed about gifts? Am I stressed about spending the money? Do I feel pressure to find the perfect gift? Am I worried about what other people will think of my gift? Really get to work on finding the thoughts that are causing you stress. If it's money, there are so many great low budget ideas out there. Just do a little bit of looking. If it's thinking that if you're thinking that there is a right or wrong, or that you're worried about what people are going to think about your gift, I would invite you to revisit the why that you came up with for that person. Remember that original why when you were writing down all the people? Look at the why. If you let the love that you have for that person drive your gift choice, you'll realize that literally nothing else matters. The act of receiving a gift is the gift, and so try to take the pressure off. This is how you do gifts your way, and all that's left is just to enjoy it. Now let's tackle the holiday festivities, aka get-togethers or parties. If this is something stressing you out, we're going to do the same exact pattern. Make a list of all the parties that you've been invited to or that you're planning on hosting, and then ask yourself why. Why go to this? Why host this? If you love your reasons and you're totally excited about it, perfect. That's exactly what we're looking for. But if it's because you feel obligated or like you should, then just scrap it. It is not too late, even if you've already RSVP'd. We're showing ourselves that we have our own back and that we're taking care of ourselves. Don't make the conversation a big deal in your mind. Just let that person know that things have been piling up and you're really needing to do what's best for you and simplify the holidays. I really think if you approach them from a place of kindness, they will totally understand. And if they don't, you might just realize you don't want someone in your life that's like that anyways. Once you have the list of festivities solidified, take any remaining stress off by asking why again. Why am I stressed about these parties? Are you putting shoulds on yourself for what you should bring or what you should wear or what you should make? If it's your party, are you feeling stressed about your house being perfect or the food being amazing and you're just stressing out over every detail? Again, go back to your original why and remember your reason for having this party. If you liked your reason, then I'm guessing it probably came down more to people than the decor. Let those positive feelings drive and simplify your decisions. Let go of the shoulds and force your mind to stretch at the possibility that people are coming for your company and not the food. Maybe you buy more and bake less. Just do it your way, which is the way that feels genuinely good to you, and then enjoy. By the way, that might sound like a weird last step, but I think it's actually the hardest one for me and definitely takes conscious effort, so don't skip it. And lastly, traditions. Traditions are what Christmas is made of. Doesn't it feel like that? It's a big deal. There's a certain way that your parents did Christmas morning. There's a specific place where the stockings are hung, a certain expectation of how the gifts are wrapped, and surely plenty of expectations around food. And now that you've started your own little family, there are probably a lot of expectations that you're putting on yourself, trying to carry on traditions from the past while also feeling the draw to create new traditions. Just write all of that down. Next, you know that it's time to ask yourself why. Why are you doing this tradition? And you also know by now that we're looking for a heftier reason than it's what my mom did. I want to know why you're choosing to spend time, energy, and possibly money on this tradition. Are you loving it? Are you filled with excitement just thinking about it? Because if there's a should anywhere in this reason, so help me. Two things I could see people running into with this. First of all, what if something is so important to my spouse? I can't just not do it. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. All it takes is a conversation. You know what, honey? I know this is really important to you. I just have too much on my plate, or I'm feeling really stressed about it. So this year, if you want to do it, you'll just need to make that happen. Quiet all the drama that's going on in your mind right now about what this means about you and just have an honest conversation. This might feel like a really hard thing to do if you're not used to it, but ladies, this is way better than doing something grudgingly and resenting your husband for it. Second, I'm worried about not doing enough to make it special for the kids. We hold on to traditions like they're the law or like they define a holiday. You might even be convincing yourself that if you stop doing one of them or don't add enough of them in, you're depriving your kids of a happy childhood. My heavens, we are so dramatic, and I say that because it's gone through my mind before. Of course, I can point out to you that these thoughts may not be serving you, so you might decide to question them, but I'm going to do you one even better than that. Just go and ask your kids what tradition they're most excited about. Don't list any off to them or give them any options. Just wait and see what they come up with. Just the other day, my sister was telling me that she did this. She asked her 7 and 11-year-old, and they came up with just about nothing. Mamas, we put so much pressure on ourselves, and sometimes we need to realize that a lot of the things we do matter way more to us than they do to anyone else in our family. So allow yourself to question what you're doing and decide what's really truly best for you. Little side note, if your kids come up with something, you can totally give them ownership of that as a really fun and exciting thing. It's not a punishment. You're not making a big fuss that like, oh, mommy doesn't have the energy for that. But just like let them own it, and maybe it morphs into something that they can take on themselves, kind of like what you're doing with your husband. Just share the load. That's totally okay. You're doing this for you, for your sanity, for your peace and happiness, and guess what? That you that you're creating by making these adjustments is the very you that will make Christmas magical, memorable, and wonderful, and everything that you're wanting it to be. Permission to do Christmas your way and permission to enjoy it. It is going to be the best Christmas yet. I just know it. I'll see you soon.